Well. What's up, guys? Ash Black here, back again, here to talk about Ivory Coast versus Norway. Let me tell you guys this. This was a very unpredictable and tough game. This game was so tense, bro. I felt my butt hole squeezing and releasing every moment each team was about to score a goal, man. I have to say that even though this game was a low scoring game, I mean, all games in the knockout stage has been a low scoring game. I will say this. I think that this is the second game so far, apart from Brazil versus Japan, where the game was scored before extra time. All right, this was the first game, if we actually think about it, before stoppage time, this goal was scored, right? Haaland scoring a late winning goal at the 86th minute, right? Amad Diallo subbing on and scoring at the 74th minute to make the game 1-1. And Nusa in the first half with a beautiful goal to open up the game. I have to say this, guys, this was a lovely game to watch, man. Right? Shout out to Norway. Norway have secured the first World Cup knockout victory in probably first time ever, right? They scored a first World Cup knockout victory in the tens. Wow. In a very tense round of 32 clash, defeating Ivory Coast 2-1, right? Um, which is also funny because this was also the first time that Ivory Coast have made it to the first up to the knockout stage. This is the first ever knockout match, right? Remember, guys, they made history by qualifying outside of the group stage for the first time in their history. So I have to say this that shout out to the Ivory Coast. W in the chat for Ivory Coast, man. W in the comments for Ivory Coast because Ivory Coast, they did their thing as well. They can go home with their head held up high. I think they were fantastic in this game. This tournament, they were one of the most amazing teams to watch. I will not lie to you guys. Ivory Coast is one of the most amazing teams to watch, man. The way they will play out from the back, the way they will beat the press, Diomande, Nicolas Pepe, Amad Diallo, Sangera. I mean, this whole squad for Ivory Coast was amazing, man. If you guys were to tell me, I would say that Ivory Coast was the better team. Yes, it's not just about the ball possession. They had 14 shots, 5 shots on target, 48 touches in Norway's box, right? 14 corners. Norway only had 3. 14 corners, guys. This letting you know just how huge and how big, right, of a team Ivory Coast was. Ivory Coast was very amazing to me. Very solid, right? Now, let's get into the game and what we can say about the game, right? I think Ivory Coast came out here with the threat of the flanks, right? They came out here attacking the flanks when they had Diomande and Nicolas Pepe crossing the ball in, playing out from the flanks and stretching the defense wild or trying to slide the ball centrally for damage to be done, right? I have to say, I think Norway's defense, they held on for a bit. I think no Ivory Coast was the better team in my opinion, but they were just not clinical, and that's what matters so much in the knockout stage, man. Ivory Coast was not efficient and clinical, bro. Norway had that in the bag. When we talk about being efficient and clinical, Norway was exactly like that, right? They soaked up the pressure. It was looking like Ivory Coast was going to be the first team on the score sheet. But the next thing we know, Antonio Musa came in, dribbled his way inside the box, and shot that ball, bent that ball, and bang. Fofana, the goalie of Ivory Coast, he was not gonna get to it, man. That was such a beautiful goal. It was a lovely goal, man. I love how Musa was able to go out there and bend the ball, and I think it was such a very big moment for him because if you're gonna think about it, guys, Norway was not playing that good. Norway was very poor in the 39 minutes of the game. To me, it was all Ivory Coast doing something, but that individual quality is what you will always need in this knockout stage. And sometimes you need an individual player that's going to come out here and say, nah, I got it. Watch back. and let me cook. And that's exactly what Antonio Musa did, man. He bent that shit, bro. Bent that ball, went in. Beautiful, beautiful goal. And then the next thing you know, it was Ivory Coast nil, Norway won. And I think Norway stayed strong to finish up the first half, right? Because Ivory Coast, when that goal was scored, they were very disjointed. If I'm going to be honest, very, very disjointed right after that goal scored, man. Because it was looking like Norway was going to score a second goal. Haaland almost had a chance to score a goal with a nice header in, and bang, it was blocked, right? And it was like, yo, Ivory Coast, you're getting punched in the mouth, like Mike Tyson would say. You got to fight your way back, man. At the very least, finish this first half as much as you can. And I think, and I think Ivory Coast did the best they can to make sure that okay, let's just keep this one goal deficit into the halftime. And second half, we can reorganize ourselves, collect ourselves back, right? Compose ourselves, come back into the second half and do something. And second half, Ivory Coast did come back strong. They came out fighting. They came out putting the pressure on Norway. Still was not enough. And one thing I have to give a very big shout out to the coach of Ivory Coast was he did what he had to do. At the 60th minute, he made the substitution change, and that was so good, man. Right? He said, "Fuck it, we're gonna go all out attack." He brought in Amad Diallo. He brought in Elie Wahi, right? Took off Boney. Because I'll be honest, the number 9 for Ivory Coast was not it to me. He was poor in this game, bro. Boney for number 9, and I think that is the major weakness of Ivory Coast, right? If you guys were to tell me what does Ivory Coast need? Ivory Coast needs a solid potential world class number 9. They have wingers, they have midfield, they have solid defense, solid goalie. But what they need right now is a number 9 that can go out there and be able to head the ball in, that has the area ability to head the ball in from the crosses of Diomande, from Pepe, from Amad Diallo, because the wingers of Ivory Coast was the reason why they were able to get the better of Norway majority of the game. But right then, um, what was I gonna say? Beautiful by Diallo. Diallo came in, right? You could tell all of a sudden the burst of energy he had, the dribbling he had was already giving Norway so much trouble, right? Because coming in with fresh legs, he's cooking the team, he's breaking the defense down. And right at the 74th minute, just when I thought like, man, is Norway just gonna end this game with a 1-0 win? Amad Diallo dribbled past multiple players, played a nice 1-2, dribbled past multiple players, and shot that ball with his left foot. Bang! 1-1. Oh my goodness, guys. I went crazy. I jumped out from my seat and I said, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Amad Diallo making the game 1-1. Now we got a game. It is game on. And I said, bro, is this game gonna go to extra time? Is this another gonna go to penalties? That's what I thought as well, man. And I think Ivory Coast was getting the better of Norway, right? But there's another issue. Norway when they get the ball, even though Norway was always pinned down defensively, when they get the ball, they know what they have to do. They know how to be very direct. They play direct football, man. They don't play that possession style of football that Ivory Coast plays. They are very direct. Get the ball. We're just gonna push the ball. Everyone is running upward and get the ball, and we're gonna square the ball to each other, bro. Find a way to get the ball to our talisman, to our number 9 up front, Haaland, right? And I think a couple times Norway was failing to do that, but then they bought Oscar Baum, right? Well, Oscar Baum was already in the game before Amad Diallo scored. To be fair, right? But I think Oscar Baum was finally showing what he could do. Oscar Baum came in with a lovely pass to Budge. Budge got into the box, squared the ball over to Haaland, and Haaland tapping the ball in, and bang, there you go. It was 2-1 to Norway. When the moment calls for it, Haaland will always rise up, and that's exactly what Haaland did. Guys, Haaland has 5 goals right now. This guy could end up winning the Golden Boot, man. This is just amazing from Erling Haaland, bro. Shout out to Erling Haaland for that goal. And what this is exactly what Norway needed, man, and what Ivory Coast was lacking. Ivory Coast was lacking a solid number 9 that could do some damage, man. But Norway had a number 9 that will ease the minds of all the Norwegians who's out here watching the game. That's exactly what Haaland did. So congratulations to Haaland and shout out to Norway for scoring that winning goal. Now Ivory Coast also had time left. There was 7 minutes added time. And during at the dying moments of the stoppage time, there was a free kick that was awarded to Ivory Coast. Amad Diallo also had a chance to score a brace, to score a second goal, right? And the reason why I'm mentioning this is to give praise to the Norway goalie because he was fantastic. He was amazing, man. Amad had a free kick, shot the ball, and a lovely save by Nyland, bro. Go out there and with his left hand was able to get to the ball and bang, hip it out, kept the ball out. Lovely save. Good shot by Diallo, but a lovely save by Nyland, man. Really, really happy, man. I feel like Nyland, the goalie of Norway, deserves a lot of credit because he kept Norway in the game. Like I said, guys, Ivory Coast had about 14 shots, 14 corners, man. They just were not clinical. And if you tell me where's the weakness of this Ivorian team right now, they need a number 9. This guy, Boney or Bonnie, is not it, man. Go get Ivory Coast. Go get yourself some Clyde, not some Boney or Boney, bro. Because Boney is not the guy for you guys, bro. He's not the guy for Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast needs to go out there and find themselves a solid number 9 that could supplement the wings of that could supplement Diomande, Pepe, Amad Diallo, because those were the attacking threat of Ivory Coast. Right now, Norway, they're gonna be going up against Brazil. Man, I think that's on Monday, July the 5th. That's gonna be a good game, guys. Guys, that is gonna be a good game. Oh no, I'm sorry. I think it's Sunday. Yeah, July the 5th will be on Sunday, right? That's gonna be a good game, guys. I'm actually excited for that. We had Brazil versus Norway. As for Ivory Coast, the one major thing that you could say about Ivory Coast, the fact that they made it out for the first time, they made it out of the group stage. And they can only go on from there. They just need to look, reflect on themselves, and be like, okay, we can come back stronger. Yes, they might not come with this same group of people again, but I'm sure that they have inspired Ivorian players right now. And that's exactly that is the aim of the World Cup. That is the aim of the World Cup. So shout out to Ivory Coast and congratulations to Norway for advancing to the round of 16 for the first time ever, man. You guys tell me what you guys think about the game. Who y'all think was the man of the match? I think Budge from Norway, the Berg, not the Belge guy. There's like two players who goes by Budge, man. I think Odegaard was shit today. Odegaard has a 7.8 rating now, bro. Yes, Odegaard has the assist to Antonio Musa, but I'll be honest with you guys, he was not it to me, man. I don't think he was that good. I don't think Odegaard was that good, bro. A lot of people who watch the game understand exactly what I'm saying. The only reason why Odegaard has a high rating is because he had an assist to Musa, and still that goal by Musa was still an individual quality, man, not some fancy playmaking skill from Odegaard, man. But anyway, that's all what I have to say about this game. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.